You wake up early, you go to work, you try to be responsible, you pay your bills. And yet, at the end of every month you feel broke. Not completely poor, not homeless, not starving, but financially stuck. Like you're running, but never moving forward. And the worst part, you don't even understand why. Because you did everything right. Or at least, everything you were told was right. Today, we're going to talk about the real reason you're always broke, even with a job. And once you see it, you won't look at your paycheck the same way again. The promise you believed. From the moment you entered school, you were given a promise. Study hard, get good grades, get a stable job, work hard, save money, and your life will be secure. That promise shaped your entire mindset. It shaped how you chose your career. It shaped how you define success. It shaped how you measure progress. But here's the uncomfortable truth. That formula was built for a different economy. Decades ago, a single income could support a family. Housing was affordable relative to wages. College debt wasn't crushing. Healthcare wasn't overwhelming. Today, everything costs more, but wages don't grow at the same speed. And yet, you're still playing by the same rules. The modern salary illusion. Let's break it down logically. Imagine you earn $3,000 per month. That sounds fine, but after rent, food, transportation, utilities, insurance, subscriptions, and taxes, you're left with maybe a few $100s, and that's assuming you don't have debt. Now think about this. If you save $400 per month, that's $4,800 per year. In 10 years, that's $48,000. That's discipline, but it's not wealth. It's survival with structure. Meanwhile, inflation quietly reduces the value of your money every year. Prices go up automatically. Your salary, it requires permission to go up. A raise, a promotion, a negotiation, a company decision. Your cost of living rises without effort. Your income rises with effort. That imbalance is the trap. The lifestyle expansion problem. Now let's talk about something even more dangerous. Lifestyle inflation. The moment you earn more, you upgrade. A better apartment, a nicer car, more convenience, more subscriptions, more comfort. It feels like progress, but your expenses expand with your income. So even when you make more money, you don't feel richer. You just feel upgraded. You never create a large gap between what you earn and what you spend. And without a gap, there is no acceleration. There is only maintenance. Most people spend their lives upgrading their lifestyle instead of upgrading their leverage. Time is your ceiling. Here's a simple reality most people ignore. If you trade time for money, your income has a limit. There are only 24 hours in a day. Even if you work 8 hours, or 10, or 12, you cannot multiply yourself infinitely, which means your income is capped by time. Now think about wealthy individuals. They don't rely purely on time. They rely on leverage, ownership, equity, skills that scale, systems that work while they sleep. That doesn't mean everyone needs to build a billion-dollar company, but it does mean this. If you only trade time, you will always feel limited, and limitation creates the feeling of being broke. Not because you have zero money, but because you have zero momentum. The psychological trap of safety. There's another layer to this, a deeper one. A job feels safe. You know what you'll earn next month. You know when payday is. You know your schedule. Even if the paycheck barely stretches, it feels predictable. And humans love predictability. But predictable income creates predictable results. If you earn $40,000 a year, your lifestyle will reflect $40,000 thinking, not $400,000 thinking. Security becomes your comfort zone. But comfort zones rarely create growth, so you stay. Not because it's amazing, but because it's familiar. Let's be honest. Financial advice often focuses on saving money. Cut coffee, cancel subscriptions, spend less. And yes, discipline matters. But discipline without expansion is slow. You can only cut so much. You can only shrink your life so much. There is a limit to how small you can live, but there is no limit to how valuable you can become. Increasing income changes everything. Learning high-income skills, negotiating better, building side income, creating digital assets, investing intelligently. Growth beats restriction every time. The dependency risk. Here's the part most people avoid thinking about. If your entire financial life depends on one employer, you are vulnerable. One layoff, one economic downturn, one restructuring, one unexpected crisis, and everything changes overnight. That's not security, that's dependency. And dependency creates anxiety, even if you don't consciously admit it. That subtle anxiety, that's why you still feel broke. Because deep down, your financial life is fragile. The shift that changes everything. So what changes? The mindset. Instead of asking, how do I survive on this salary? Start asking, how do I increase my value every year? Instead of, how do I save more? Ask, how do I earn more? Instead of, how do I stay comfortable? Ask, how do I build leverage? Your job should fund your growth, not define your identity. Use it as a launchpad, not as a destination. Final truth. You are not broke because you work. You are broke because you were taught to depend, taught to trade time, taught to chase stability, taught to fear risk, taught to shrink instead of expand. But once you understand the system, you can step outside of it, increase your value, build multiple income streams, focus on ownership, think long-term. Because if you only have one way to make money, you don't have security, you have exposure. And once you see that clearly, you stop living average. CTA. If this changed how you think about money, subscribe. Because in the next video, we're exposing the salary trap nobody talks about. And trust me, it goes deeper than you think.